What it is and what it ain't. It's your boy Jordan Sutherland, aka the One Foot Guy, aka JMS, aka Jordan Sutherland Hennepy. And we are here on another episode of the Mind of JMS Special Dunkers Edition because the NBA Dunk Contest just happened. We have Finn, 1 Foot Disciple Addy in the building all the way from Canada, and we have Dom out of California. I would like you guys to introduce yourself, and we're going to review the dunk contest. Nice and simple. You know, I try to keep these episodes to 10, 15 minutes, so we all have the contest pulled up. But Finn, because he has it in his memory, because he's a dunk savant, and that is what's going on right now. But you guys introduce yourself, starting off with Finn, because Dom elected Finn to go first.
So I'm a 6'1" dunker out of Canada. I've done FIBA, been to Next Chapter in Detroit, done Jordan's Camp in New Jersey, done dunk events in Toronto, and yeah, that's basically my resume for why I'm here.
Let's go. For me, my name is Dominic Gonzalez, also known as Dom Dunks. I'm a 5'8" pro dunker. On my road to a 50-inch vertical, been to about 3 or 4 FIBA contests. Won one of them in Canada, and did other small shows around the world too.
You were in a movie.
I almost was in a movie. I was it's weird.
Wait, Dom, do you know if you're going to Edmonton yet?
I can't. I'm gonna be in Hawaii.
Oh, that's lit. That's lit. All right, guys. So before we even get into the dunk contest, I'm just going to ask some questions because I'm on here with dunkers. So we're going to start off with the hard questions. Who are you guys' favorite 3 dunkers ever?
Ever? I'll start this one. Obviously, the man right there, Jordan Sutherland, best 1-footer all time. I've watched more of him than I've watched everyone else combined, so he's number 1. Number 2, that's a good question. I don't even know if I got a 2 and 3. Maybe Air up there, number 2. Then say T-Dub, number 3.
I'll go before you got to go down. So, crazy enough, if I got to be realistic with myself, the people I watch the most, Kilgannon, because I wanted to do everything Kilgannon did off one. Like, that was like a mission of mine because it was like, I felt like nobody was really trying to push what 1 foot could be. I felt like we was restricted to just jumping over people. But that's a good start and like jumping from free throw line. But I was like, why can't we do 540s and 360 behind the bags and scorpion? Like, why can't we do certain dunks? And I feel like it would look nice if we did it off one. So that's why I watched Kilgannon because he was fearless in trying dunks. Second, I watched Justin Darlington in the old Team Flight Brothers era because he invented under both. And that was another thing of pushing what dunks could be. And Justin was doing cartwheel East Bays and a whole bunch of wild stuff. And then I got to go 3 realistically for being a 1-footer. Like the first dunk video I ever seen in my life that wasn't NBA was Kador. Like that was the first dunk video I ever saw in my life. And I saw this really skinny, small, didn't know what race he was guy palming the hell out of a basketball doing these wild 360s. And I was like, see, this is why I like 1 foot, because Michael Jordan originally made me like 1 foot and Sean Kemp made me like 1 foot and Dr. J. So then when it came to pro, the first pro dunk video I ever seen was a 1-footer. So I was like, yeah, that's I'm going 1 foot. So, bam. Now, Dom, it's on you.
All right. So for mine, it's gonna be kind of like based off how I started dunking. Kind of different now, but my top 3 I'd say is Jay Clark. He got me into dunking. He was the first pro I saw, so he inspired me to the world of dunking. So I would have him at number 1. And then number 2, probably Kilgannon because of creativity. I love low rim dunking, and I try to do stuff he hasn't done before. So I try to like one up him, but on low rim obviously. And then 3rd, it would probably be Tyler Curry because I try to get like his style.
T. Curry has a great style. It's up there. It's up there with the GOATed styles in dunking ever. One thing I want to speak on about what you said, Dom. Jay Clark is very underrated to me because not only the dunks he can do off 1 and 2, But to have the knee surgeries and these injuries, and he keeps coming back stronger, and he's older. That's amazing to see. Like that's what that he's. I said it on one of his last posts when he did the Vert East Bay at All Star. I was like, you're one of my inspirations on my journey coming back from this Achilles injury because you came back stronger every time, and it happened. Like even with you, Dom, you and your quad, like you keep coming back stronger every time because you're resilient. And we can go even deeper. That's God just putting that light in you that you can keep going because you have faith in somebody that has faith in all of us. But it's just amazing to see all levels of the dunk game right now, like the under the 20, the 25 and unders, the 25, the 30s, the 30s and up. Like it's different categories, but everybody's represented and everybody's doing their thing. And even beyond that, it's all races, it's all colors, and it's all different people from different walks of life, and everybody's starting to get their shine. Think about what just happened with the Cavs halftime show. It was Killer John and Miller dunks.
Yeah.
That's wild. Like beyond just it being a halftime show for what that represents for the dunk community, to have Miller come over here and do that. Look at Smooth. Smooth is everywhere. Smooth came over here, moved to the U.S. He was doing stuff with Hoop Buzz. He on the Harlem Wizards. He had All-Star Weekend going crazy. He out there with Zay and Clark and everybody. And it's just like, that's the progression. Even when I got hurt, like when I talk to people at dunk camp, that's the progression I always wanted for the dunk game. That's why a lot of us are so willing to mentor and talk and have these conversations with the up-and-coming dunkers, because before us, sometimes those guys didn't talk to us because it was all competition. And I think everybody got to a point where we saw a bigger picture of what the dunk game could be. Like I still to this day am like, I may never have the opportunity to see like be in a dunk contest in the Olympics, but one day dunking could be in the Olympics. And if I can help push that forward, I'm gonna try to do that. So I've spoken to this with my fiance. I want to come back to do FIBA just because no USA dunker, to my knowledge, has ever won the World Cup. The FIBA Dunk Contest World Cup, I've never seen Smooth has won. Lee Peck has won a couple times. Like I've never Grabo won. I've never seen the USA. You have to win a world tour, a world tour dunk contest with FIBA, and then you qualify for the World Cup.
You have to just win one? What's like a world tour? Is that different than the normal ones?
Yeah, so it's different circuits and brackets that happen with the tournaments because FIBA's happening all the time. So the bigger events, like the ones if you watch FIBA on YouTube, the ones you see Zay and me and Smooth and Miller and Grabo, those events, when you win those dunk contests, and it's like 3 heavy hitters that they flew people in from the U.S., and then it's 2 people from overseas, those big contests, you win one of those, you qualify. There are contests like the ones you do when you first do FIBA. Like my first one was in Mexico City. It was just me and Michael Purdy and one of the guys who was playing in the tournament, and he won the dunk contest to qualify to be in our dunk contest. That's a tester. They just want to see what you can do to see if you can do the big dunk contest. So for all the up-and-coming dunkers, your first year of FIBA, you might want to do like 3-4 FIBAs. You want to get that experience, especially if you go out there and have a great show the first time. You want to take those opportunities because one is teaching you how to perform in these crowds overseas where you're not comfortable. Like you understand that these people don't know me yet, especially when you first get in there. So you have to do something to make them remember you. And that's one of the big keys. Like when we go into talking about this dunk contest, what dunks did the people do to make people remember them? And I think when stars used to be in the dunk contest, it was different because you had that appeal of what dunk did they do and what their name was. And I feel like that's why people kind of disrespect the dunk contest now, but it's a lot of good dunks happening. So is everybody ready to start it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. I'm going to give you a countdown. I'm about to walk over here. I'm not doing pauses because I'm not finna keep getting up. So we're going to talk through it as it plays for this 11 minutes. Oh, my screen would time out right when I was about to play it. That's crazy. Wow. There we go. Ready, Dom? 3, 2, 1. We got Steve Castle up first. What he do? Oh, yeah, 360 windmill. That's like, that windmill, the style of it reminds me of the Jay Clark dunk clamp 360 windmill. If y'all know what I'm talking about, like the extra extension and like how he leaned back, it looked like the Jay Clark 360 to me, and he punched it. So that was a good first dunk.
No,
I
that's
like how
like,
it worked.
yeah, for a first dunk, that's super solid because the next guys that came next are like, it's bad. It's real bad.
It was a little disappointing.
I didn't see it, so oh no. I'm a Bulls fan, and I was rooting for my boy, but I was like, I don't think he has the 1 foot capability to do what he's trying. Wind reverse. Okay. Ooh, wind reverse. On that first attempt, he had it. But he has to understand every spot on the court. That's why it's a science to dunking. You have to know what spots on the court to go from. If he backed up 2 steps and came from a different angle, moved people out the way, he would have had it. What did this Jackson Jr. guy do? I just missed it. I said I'm not pausing it. Okay, I'm about to show a replay. A 2-hand windmill. Why was he in the dunk contest?
That was his fourth try. He missed a one-hander. He missed a windmill.
This is the NBA dunk contest, brother.
Yes.
Oh, no.
He did like
Matt
two
McClung.
of my warm-up dunks at like 6'8".
Are these dunks even in order? Because he's over the car. Dunk. He didn't go over the car first dunk, did he?
No, he did.
Oh, he remixed it from Dunk King. Okay.
Yeah, Chuck likes to put the best dunk first, I think.
Yeah. That kind of puts a dent on a lot of stuff you trying to do in the dunk contest. If somebody does that first, Remix did that at Dunk King, and everybody was like, "Bro, what? Like, what? Your first dunk over a car?" But in Little Dunk history, let's see. I've jumped over a car. Moss dunks. Isaiah, Kilgannon, Staples, and the king of the car dunk got a car. I said it on his page. The king of the car dunk is Guy Dupuis. Because that's a hard. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about it. Yes, I'm gonna talk about it. That's a hard push. That was a hard one. Oh, he did a reverse windmill. See, if you replace this guy on the Bulls with Finn, you got a better 1 foot dunk contest. I'm just saying they almost look the same. He looks like a 6'8" Finn.
I think I
with
look
less
more like
bounce. He did a throw in reverse windmill here. He didn't even boom it.
Yeah, that was a layup.
He like rolled in.
Yeah. See, when you're a 1 footer, you can be nimble in the air, but not when you dunk. You have to punch it. Like he did a cuff windmill. God, fuck, man. Not in the NBA. That's the thing. You can do these dunks as a pro dunker in a dunk contest. You can do these dunks and style them up, jumping over stuff and doing things. But in the NBA dunk contest, you can't just do that, especially after somebody jumped over a car.
Yeah. That's like an R-rate.
And then he did a reverse windmill, and then Castle did a reverse windmill off the glass. See, that's where if you in a dunk contest like that, if somebody jumps over a car, somebody got to pull out a scorpion. Somebody got to try to pull out a 360 under both or something different to where you're not playing it safe.
Yeah,
that's the thing about the Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon contest that people love. Neither one of them played it safe each dunk. They was trying to go for whatever they had each dunk, and that's what made it one of the best contests. Okay.
Andre Jackson, I feel like he could have done like a near free throw line windmill too. And then he just does like a normal cuff windmill,
or like a scoop.
But you don't know what everybody here has been in a dunk contest. You don't know what happens under those lights. Those lights get different. Bro, I got to add, and I can't skip it. I got to add on my screen, and I can't skip it. But
yeah, I can't.
Why does ad is playing
20,000 people is different, but for me, when I get in front of the crowd, I feel better. But.
Oh, I love it.
Oh yeah,
it gives me like an extra. It's the best pre-workout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What you say, Dub?
After the first dunk goes through, I'm all fine.
Yeah, I would never go hardest dunk first, but like I want to punch a dunk, and then I'm good.
Like in warm-ups, just one-hander does it.
I spent a year doing under both as my first dunk every contest. and it was like it was multiple contests. I got 9s. I'm like under both off one first dunk, first try. What are we? What? But now if I do it, or before I got hurt, now after this, when you do a 1 foot under both, it's more appreciated. And it's like I don't like when Jordan was doing certain dunks, people didn't understand how hard it was. When Zay does certain dunks, even when when you low rim and do certain dunks and you create these dunks, people don't understand. Nate, when people do these dunks, they don't understand how hard it is, even at a low rim, to try to have the hand speed to do certain things. Through the rim, East Bay, that was cool. You should have shot it yourself in East Bay.
Yeah, that took like 4 tries.
Oh, I did. See, the video just playing the make or the last miss. So I'm not seeing the full contest itself.
Yeah, that's another thing. Mac made everything first try, so that's hard to beat.
Now, I said this off camera, and I gotta say it on camera. I wish Mac would have did one dunk without a jump over. Mm-hmm. Just one. Because as we're trying to progress the dunk game forward, we gotta show that you don't have to jump over somebody for it to be a good dunk. Because there's a generation coming up that this dunk contest will eventually introduce them to pro dunkers, but this might be the first introduction they have to a dunk contest. And you want to see the variety of pure dunking get appreciated just as much as jumping over somebody. But that was the Armageddon windmill. That was smooth. That was
crazy.
That was smooth. Because he was spinning. That was Aaron Gordon.
Jordan, you count that as a new dunk? Me and Dom were arguing this yesterday.
Because
it's been done before, but not like over a spinning hoverboard.
That technically, it doesn't make it a new dunk, but it is a new variation, so you can consider it a new dunk. Like, it's the weird variables of dunking. Like, if I do a 2-hand scorpion versus a 1-hand scorpion, it's the same mechanics essentially, but it's not a new dunk. It's just a variation. So there's a difference between new dunk and a variation. Like, an East Bay scorpion is like if somebody does it a freaky different way, that's a new dunk. Like a Tamala scorpion, somebody does it like that. Inverter scorpion, that's a new dunk because it's never been done. If you do a new regular variation of the scorpion off glass or something, that's a variation. That's how I've looked at it. This is the 360 behind the back. He runs up so light.
What dunk are we on?
He was on 360 behind the back. But he should have did that earlier, like before Mac did the other two.
Yeah, that looked so easy.
Yeah, he almost makes it look too easy. That it looks.
That's the thing about dunking as well for all the up and coming dunkers. Even if that dunk is a layup to you, you better scream and act like it's the best dunk you've ever done in your life because that's what the crowd wants to see. They don't need to know it was easy. Or you can just have that bravado that some people have, like when you land, you mug or whatever. Oh, that's the rim tap. The rim, didn't he? Okay, I'll be lost in dunk contest. Did he do a rim tap before?
He did backboard tap last year, I think.
Okay, he did the roughing it. Yeah, he did the rough. Okay.
That was his worst dunk though.
Yeah, like that was the safest dunk.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, like, that's a warm-up dunk without the person there. So that's like that's the imagery of jumping over a person that gets. That's a dunk you do just to tap the rim, make sure you get your legs warm. So, and the thing about it is, I wish he would do more T-Dub style. I wish he would do more Sir Isaac, like no 2 hands, because then I feel like he has enough bounce he could actually get like crazier with it if he tried it that way.
We've seen him do an under both 2-hand reverse, but then he does all double ups in a contest.
Yeah.
But I mean, the name of the game is to win. And if you know that's what it's gonna take to win the dunk contest, that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Because what did y'all say? He made everything first try.
First try.
So did he get all perfect scores the entire contest? That's what happened?
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think that's
all
the
right.
first time ever,
Oh.
apparently.
He's the first three-peat, first time ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
He
right.
is like what is he ranked in like top dunkers, like including professionals?
So
I've been hearing a lot.
this is where this debate gets tricky because we not as top dunkers we count the in game too. Like when we talk about Vince Carter, he did one dunk contest. That didn't make him the greatest. Is what he did in game.
Yeah.
Like so with Mac even being in the G League, even some of the dunks he done in the G League, it's not on the levels of the Vince Carters. It's not on the levels of honestly in game Michael Jordans and some certain people. Sean Kemp's that was dunking on people. Blake Griffin. You think Mac got a better in game dunk resume than Blake Griffin? No, so you can't put him up there with the top NBA dunkers ever. But if you put him, if we just talking dunk contest, you can't argue a three-peat.
Yeah.
Now,
I think he's hanging with like the best guys right now. Like I think he's definitely top 10, maybe top 5. Like
but
Donovan,
think about
Jordan,
what
Isaiah, you, and then him.
What if you think about what Ja could do if he tried? That's where things like, what do you think Anthony Edwards could do if he tried?
Yeah.
What do you think certain dunkers could do? We've seen it. Like you see Chuck Hill post behind the scenes. I forgot who it was. Somebody did a lost and found, and that was gonna be their final dunk. Like these dunkers have the potential to do whatever.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, us dunkers, we have our jump programs that we join. Shout out to Jump Master. Woo. We have our jump programs that we do. Shout out Dom. I know you on THP. Whoa. So you're crazy, Finn. But these NBA players have access to things that dunkers will never have. We don't have the training staffs. We don't have the food staffs and things that they have. We will never have that. So when we come out there, the pure passion that we have is the pure passion and dedication they have to playing the game of basketball. I said this on one of my pods. As a dunker, when people say, oh, these NBA dunkers can mess with the pro dunkers, out of respect, the best dunk that happened on that court happened by Isaiah. So like that's just the reality of the situation. 360 behind the back between the legs. Like that happened on that court that dunk contest happened on. And out of every dunk Mac did over somebody, over the car, everything, that's still the best dunk that happened on that court. Which means the best dunk that happened on that court happened by a pro dunker. Point blank period.
I don't even
the
think
best
they can
dunk, some of the best
there.
dunks that happened on that court that weekend happened by pro dunkers. So it's still I'll never go and be like, I can challenge a NBA player one-on-one in a basketball game because they're professionals. That's what they do. Dunking is what we do. This is what we breathe. This is what we do. This is what we practice for every day. The way y'all practice to shoot, dribble, we practice dunking, this one aspect of the game. We're hyper-focused on this one aspect. So to say people could challenge us, I'm like, the best dunkers y'all think in NBA dunk contests couldn't challenge, with all respect to me, the little homies. Like, what, like, and not even, like, not, it is all respect because they're the up-and-coming dunkers. It's not the, like, son, y'all, it's like, y'all two could give a run in the dunk contest for what we just seen.
Yeah.
Like, respectfully, you replace y'all two at y'all prime, at y'all healthiest, with put 4 of the dunks Finn just did in his last session, put Dom's dunks at the Jesser thing, and see how it compares to the dunk contest with Jackson and the Bulls guy. I forget his name. But replace them two with y'all, and what y'all just did. So you're trying to compare them to, and then y'all trying to compare them to the higher level dunkers. Crazy. Clark would have went off 1 and 2. Zay got 30 dunks in his bag. We know what Kilgannon did his last contest in China. We got Donovan out here, Tony Crosby. It's a lot of dunkers. It's a lot of dunkers that really are elite that still do what they do. And to challenge that, I hope a renaissance of the dunk game happens where more events happen. Like back when y'all probably were first watching dunks, like middle school, like watching dunks coming up, y'all probably saw it was so many dunk contests and so many events every weekend, and it was four dunkers here, and it's like the best dunkers going at it all the time. The pandemic ruined that aspect of what that dunking was, but I hope it gets back to that so y'all get to have these experiences of it, not just FIBAs, but the Nike dunk contest, the Jordan, the Pumas, but it's just like the Jordan. I know y'all have seen it, the Jordan hanger contest, like that experience, like that was crazy.
Yeah.
Like traveling overseas, like the K54s. K54 is some. They just got to upgrade their mental, and K54 could be the best contest ever. But it's a lot of contests that I want every dunker to experience. Like I'm sad Ghetto Games isn't around anymore. I'm sad like a lot of contests that were in Latvia and these different countries aren't happening anymore due to the pandemic and due to certain things in the world. And I hope the world comes together and opens back up and opens their heart so all of y'all can experience that, because it's some of the most amazing experience you can have as a dunker, but not only as a dunker, but as a person and as a human being, letting a basketball take you around the world to these different places where they appreciate you in a different way for your skill set.
It seems like FIBA's like the only like consistent thing right now.
Yeah.
But
I think K54 is just like once a year.
Yeah. But that's the thing. The summertime is supposed to be once a year contest, but it's like 30 of them.
Yeah.
It's like Shut Up and Play in Berlin, Germany. Like the Leapeks, the Kilgannons, the Darlingtons, myself, the Grabos, Miller, Smooth, Kristaps, Staples. All these people have had to go through these contests. Get like all these different contests. Kings of Air was one of the craziest contests I had ever been in my life. It was me, CJ Champion, Jordan Kilgannon, Guy Dupuis, Chris Staples, Miller Dunks, Smooth. And it was somebody else, actually. And there was a halftime performance between each two dunks. I had a back brace on with 5 pounds of icy hot because I had a back spasm so crazy before the dunk contest that I couldn't walk. I heard the crowd and I did the best 360 scoop of my life. But that's what I say about these experiences. These are things I'll never forget. So I usually say I do 10 to 15 minute episodes, but this was a great episode. So we got 3 minutes left. We're going to wrap it up at 30. But what are you guys' final thoughts on, honestly, where the dunk game is going? And talk a little bit, like this is your floor right now. Talk about where you see yourself going in the dunk game and what do you want to achieve? Like if you want to say you want to be better than me, say that shit, man. Say it.
I don't. I hope I am never better than you, but I want to beat Jordan Kilgannon for sure.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I want him to train me to beat him. That's my goal. But yeah,
That's a wild.
But
That is a wild statement.
One of the best dunkers in the world, best 1-foot dunker in the world. Hopefully there is more contests so I can show that I am the best. And I think I'm going in the right direction. I'm obviously not there yet, but every few months I seem to like hit a new peak. So I just need to stay consistent, and I don't see why I couldn't do whatever I want.
That is the best time of dunking in your career ever, because that joy of hitting a new dunk every other week, I didn't find that again until later, like right before I got hurt, because I was doing like Christ Air, East Bay, and Squirt, and just trying new stuff. So that joy is amazing. Everybody in the dunk game, please enjoy that as long as you can, because then you get
that
like
session
Kilgannon,
like 2 days ago,
and then you
that
keep
was so
doing
fun.
this. Like you start doing stuff like this when you get to the Kilgannon range, because you can't think of nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Tom?
All right. For me, man, I haven't really thought about this, but I do want to be the best under 6-foot dunker. It's a big goal, but I feel like it's definitely possible. Definitely got to get stronger, bouncier, but I think I could do that. And then I want to kind of go like the Kilgannon route in creating new dunks. I know he created basically like everything, but like
Wait, not every. Oh,
yeah,
echo. Not every. All
no,
right, listen.
but like
He
that's what
created.
everyone
Jordan
said.
has created a lot of dunks, but Jordan opened my eyes to when I. That's why when we had the discussion earlier about creating dunks, he opened my eyes to that. I created a lot of dunks, and I didn't even know. I
Yeah,
had no idea, but that is why it's still dunks that can be done. So like Jordan comes up with a new dunk every other damn day. Dom, you come up with the dunks. You just got to do them on 10, and then it's up,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
up, and it's stuck. Finn, I got some dunks, but I got to do them first, and then bam, you and Killer
Wait,
John have at it.
do you count a new dunk if it's like 2 foot versus 1 foot? Like if I did 360 under both, is that a new dunk or no?
Like, what do you mean by new dunk? Like a new dunk for you,
For
or
the
creating
dunk
a
world.
dunk?
For the
no,
dunk world, like it's just a
If
new
you do a
I
variation.
would.
360 under both, a 360 under both has been done. But if you do a 360 under both Scorpion, then you got another thing coming.
Yeah,
That's what I mean by the difference between a variation and a new dunk.
yeah,
At this point in the dunk world, you pretty much got to combine dunks like skate moves to create a new dunk. Like if Jordan does this, he already did it this way. But if he tosses in the Scorpion, that's a new dunk.
yeah,
So it's different way when you add something to something that's already been done because that's where we're at in the dunk world. It's considered a new dunk.
That's why I got when I created the snake dunk. I was thinking of all of Kilgannon's like dunks, and what I found like super good was street ball moves. So I basically got it off like the fake pass, that you go like that, bring it back, and then I thought
But
of an animal, and then kind of created the snake
yeah,
dunk.
that's hilarious. But we could go on forever. You guys were great guests.
Yeah,
We definitely can talk about more dunks. I feel like this is actually going to go really well. So I think people are going to like really tune in because of all our platforms. And I'm talking about dunking. This is what people want to hear me talk about anyway. But thank you guys for coming on. I got to get back upstairs to the missus and the baby. Finn, keep going. You're doing amazing. I love to see it. I'm so proud of you. I'm happy I can be a mentor for you. I'm happy I can be an inspiration to you. That's the whole reason I even wanted to do dunking and the fact that it reached Canada and you've been able to travel the world and I've seen you at Dunk Camp, but I've seen your progression every time you have a session. It's amazing to see. So keep going. Dom, keep being resilient. Keep God first. Like you keep doing every little minor injury is just making you stronger and testing you, and you're going to continue to. You have the ability to reach that goal of being one of the best under 6 foot dunkers ever, or to be the best under 6 foot dunker ever. You have the potential and the creativity and the drive to do it. So don't let anything deter you from doing that, and keep going. I promise you, it's going to pay off in the end.
appreciate that.
Let's go.